What's going on, guys? Today's the day that I'm gonna put AirLift on my car. It's also the same day I filmed the other video. We're starting a little late. It's just me and Tien, my girlfriend, installing. It's already 8:30 p.m. I have a car meet to go to tomorrow at 7 in the morning. So, yeah. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I've never installed bags in my life. But we have all this stuff laid out right here. At least the first part of the install. The first part is gonna be us installing all the wiring stuff, running the air lines, running the compressors right here, and making sure that the bags are ready to go. Then the second part of the install, which hopefully I can get to tonight, is going to be putting on the actual bags, which I know seems scary, but that's actually the easiest part of the install from what I'm aware of. Let's get started. I pulled the car into the garage. It's ready to go. First things first, we're gonna jack off the car, take off the wheels, and get stuff disassembled. Actually, forget about jacking off the car right now. We're gonna disassemble the entire interior because I need to get stuff and things in here, and wires ran from the back all the way over there. As you can see, I am making the opposite of progress because now it's just a mess of wires. No, just kidding. There's two harnesses, this one and this one. I need to pretty much run them to the front of the car. I need to find some type of opening in the trunk that doesn't require me cutting anything. All right, I think I finally found a way to get these wires to the front. I took out all this interior in case you can't tell, and I think we're gonna run it right here under the seats and then the pillars like you would for like a positive wire for a subwoofer. But all that stuff has been taken out. We're making progress here. So Mercedes had the bright idea to run their wiring loom all the way down here under the carpet and then all the way to the front, staying under the carpet. So we had to find a way to open this thing up so that we could run the wires for this compressor and manifold under there. That was one of the toughest things we've ever had to do in our lives. Here's a word of advice for you. If you want to buy a Mercedes and start modifying it, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. We did it. We got the wires through the firewall right here. I don't think you can really see, but we managed to poke it through. These are the wires. Now we just need to put the battery back in and work our way back again so that there's no slack like that wire right there, just hanging. I thought this was pretty funny. They send you a fuse that just fuses itself together. That's pretty funny. All right, it is now 1 a.m. and the trunk looks about the same, but we got the wires ran all the way to the front. The interior is back in. Look at that, the seats are in the back. There's no problems here. The front is in as well. We got the wire for the controller coming in through the armrest, and it's wired up to the battery and grounded on the chassis of the car. Now the fun part. All right, now that we have most of it wired up and ready to go, we're only missing the tank and the air lines. It's time to see how to install the actual suspension part. This is for the rear. Oh, you do change it. We're gonna take out the damper and change the top hats out, apparently. Okay, let's get to it. This has been exciting so far. A little defeated tonight. I put the mat back in just to not show the mess. There's just 2 compressors in there, nothing else. I took the manifold out because I didn't want it to turn on. I'll get back at it tomorrow hopefully, because right now it's about 3:30 in the morning and the car meets in 4 hours and I don't want to rush it. Plus, I found out I don't have the tools to do the back struts. And I'm assuming I don't have tools to do the front one, so I'm gonna go buy that tomorrow. What's up everybody? We're back for day 2 of the bags install. Let me show y'all where we're at. I actually brought in a local expert. This dude right here with the gray knees. He's here to help with the bags. So, clean up the wiring a tiny bit today. Mostly got all the fittings on the bags right there, which means they're ready to go into the car. And assembled the rear springs setup right here. Right now we're working on dropping the rear suspension. That's a little tedious. We might have to do another Home Depot run because we just went to Harbor Freight and bought a breaker bar and some extensions because yeah, it's hard to access some bolts back there. Besides that, I think the car should be done tonight, hopefully, if there's no issues. We might tackle the trunk setup too, if we have time. But besides that, we're gonna get back to it and I'll keep y'all updated. We ran into a tiny issue with the top hats on these. There was a little manufacturing issue. That bolt isn't completely lined up. So I gotta use a drill to like kind of make it level so that I can fit this bolt through it. Let me show you guys the other one. As you can see, it's perfectly lined up. I mean, it happens. Sometimes manufacturers make some errors. He's disappointed in AirLift. The instructions said that we need to dump the whole front of the suspension right here, but we couldn't have any access to the bottom, so we went ahead and just dropped that bolt all the way in the back, and the whole rear dropped, which let the spring come out. And now we're just taking out this damper right here, and we should be good to go on putting the AirLift stuff in. So this is the stock damper, and it has this top hat right here that we need to put onto that one. I'm gonna guess this is a 15 millimeter. What do you say?
It's a 15.
Let's find out. I don't know where my sockets are. Here's a 15, as you can see. And it's too thick to get inside the hole. Nice. Do I have one in here? I have a 14. Nah, it's too small. It is a 15. But I don't know if I have a small side or a 15. This is 16. 17?
Is it a 15?
17. 17.
It's 17.
It was a 17. We were wrong. Alright, it's ready to go back on. And then we gotta put this thing on. We finally made a breakthrough. And we got the entire rear suspension on the passenger side installed. Obviously, no airlines yet. We're gonna go do the other side. Hopefully it doesn't take 2.5 hours. It is now 1 a.m. and we got both rears installed, which is amazing. Now we're moving on to the front, which should be a lot more straightforward. Even though we did knock out that back one in under 30 minutes, which is super impressive. But this one is just 3 bolts, like mostly every single coilover. And then I want to say a bolt here. This one right here is a little tricky, but I think I have the tool for it. And the bottom, which has like a weird wishbone shape. This strut was like welded together. It took us to use the key and like the handle of a jack just to break it loose, but it finally came off. This project has been a bit of a headache. Oh my god, dude. Went ahead and added a second collar right here so that it doesn't spin out. And this is what they sent me. It is about 2 inches taller now, so hopefully I can drive around. It's the end of day 2. And we were so close to finishing, but AirLift didn't send me everything I needed, so we can't go until Monday. Today's technically Sunday morning, and we can't get the fittings that we need or the lines that we need. So hopefully Monday I'll be done. The tank's waiting for everything right there. All the lines are ran and chilling in the trunk, but we don't have the stuff. So yeah. Alright, it's about that time. Today we can't really do much about the bags, so what I ended up doing is cleaning up the trunk, tidying up the garage because there were tools and trash everywhere in there. And the only thing I can really do today now is build the floor for the trunk so that the tank and the manifold can sit on it, and then underneath I'm gonna put the compressors. Let me show you what we're working with. As you can see right here is the whole mess that's in the trunk. We have the 2 compressors right there, the manifold's right there, it's not plugged in at all, and then all the air lines are ran through the floor of the trunk. The tank's ready to go, kind of. I had to go to Home Depot for like the 5th time since the beginning of the project to get this hardware and spacers so that this doesn't hit the ground when we run it. Now there's no room to cut the trunk in my garage, so we're going over to my girlfriend's garage, which is next door. That's her car, by the way. And say hello. Hi. And we're gonna end up tracing that on some hardwood and then cutting it out with a jigsaw, and hopefully it looks cool in my trunk. I know it's a little retro. A lot of people seem to be doing MDF with like carpeted floors in the trunk, but I kind of like hardwood a little bit better. The wood I ended up going with is called Briar Hill Oak, and it's like a gray dark wood. I think it looks classy. What do you think?
It's cute.
It's super cute. It was actually really easy. I got it built out. Now I'm gonna flip it upside down, put that on top, and trace a little contour. Here's the cool outline mark. Unfortunately, there's like this little weird flap on this, so I can't get this line up at the top. So I'm gonna make a makeshift template with some tape, and then hopefully it'll line up perfectly with that. Here's the little template I made. Now we're gonna peel this thing carefully and line it up. At the edge of this is that top curve. I think I'm ready to put this on the table and start sawing it up. Alright, these little guys are ready. It's time to go test them out in the trunk.
Alexa, turn on lights.
Alright, we got it in, and if you ask me, that looks awesome. I really like the look. Let me throw the tank and the manifold just for visual reference. Alright, that's exactly what it's gonna look like. Not exactly, actually. There's gonna be like the lines and stuff, but I bought a mount to put this slanted. The tank's gonna be exactly there. I'm most likely gonna get a custom plate for this. I'm trying to figure out what to write on it. Maybe just put marking things and be boring, or something funny. I don't know. What would you guys write on it? But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video today. Thank you guys again for watching. I know it's been a longer process of a video to watch than you would have anticipated, but thank you so much for staying along. I have been putting a lot of effort into this, and I want to thank Ethan for helping me out a lot, and Tian, my girlfriend, for supporting and helping from the beginning. She's welcome. It's been fun, exhausting, stressful, and a lot of other things. But I'm really excited to see this done. Hopefully it'll be done tomorrow, because I will be going with Ethan to go pick up some parts to finish this up, hopefully. And there might not be hard lines in it yet, but there will be soon. But the car should be on the floor tomorrow, and I will definitely keep you guys posted. So be lazy.